All right, there we go. For a minute there, I was wondering if Instagram was going to be difficult and not let me do my thing. And I wasn't going to be happy about that. But then I would have just went over to Facebook and just did it anyway. So, hey, my name is Allison Rozelle. I am the Pathway Priestess for the Sacred Pathway to Liberated Black Womanhood. And that is a podcast that you can find on Spotify, SoundCloud, Google, Amazon. I know I'm forgetting something. I think I said Apple. But yeah. Oh, and also on YouTube as well. Excuse me. So these are the Sacred Pathway sermons that happen every week right here on Instagram live. If you do not catch it live, you will be able to listen to the replay. Now, let me give this little disclaimer. I said that last week, but when I went to, because if you've ever done a live on Instagram, it gives you options when you finish. It says you end it, and then you can post it on IGTV, and add a little bit more captions to it, and then it gives you the option to download it. Well, as excited as I was, I posted first instead of download, because if you don't do download first, you will not get another opportunity to do it. So that was my bad. I got a little too excited, so I'm going to make sure that I hit download first, and then I'll post it. So, that is my intention. So you can find the Sacred Pathway sermons. If you missed the live, you can find them in those same places on the podcast. So I'm doing these as kind of a staying connected with you while the podcast itself is on hiatus. And I believe I received the download to stay in hiatus until about March. I gotta keep checking in with Spirit to see if that is the case. But I believe the last time I inquired about it, I was told to wait until March. And so I'm like, okay. Because I love doing the podcast, y'all. I really do, because it gives me an opportunity to sit down and just have these really honest conversations with you guys, as well as to be able to bring in special guests who can come in and share their magic as well. And that means a lot to me because it helps me learn more from all these exciting, beautiful, talented, insightful women that come on. So I am looking forward to that. So this is I forgot my train of thought. I'm sorry. So I'm doing a weekly reading. So I'm going to do a 6-card spread. If you've ever seen me do this, I got this spread from one of my oracle reading heroes or heroines, Colette Baron Reed. She's also one of my favorite card creators. I have like 5 or 6 of her decks because her decks are just so awesome and powerful and beautiful. And her energy is just out of this world, you know, when I watch her. And I'm already decreeing and claiming that one day I will meet her. So with this spread, I have 6 cards in front of me going from left to right. I'm going to stick a pin in that. It's also my intention. It's my desire to eventually get it to where I have a really nice table and a little bit more sophisticated equipment where you guys can actually see the cards as I'm pulling them. But right now, you got to work on your trust issues and know that they are right here in front of me. So it's 6 cards, and they're going from my left to my right. And you have to decide between the number of 1 and 6 which card is calling out for you. And pay no attention to my really chipped nail polish. That's a whole story in itself, and I'm not going to get into that. But please don't judge me from a chipped nail polish. So I'm going to show you, this is what the cards look like on the outside to give you a better visual. So you can see how they look. They're really pretty. I like these. And these are actually an easier deck to shuffle in my hands because they're not glossy, so they don't stick. And I love that. They're more matted, that matte finish, and I love that. Wish more cards were like that because they just make it a breeze to shuffle. The other cards that are a little more glossy, it takes a little more effort to do it without dropping them everywhere. But the cards we're using this week are the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. I love this deck because I've always had a fascination with with animals as far as the spiritual meaning with them. And when I saw that she had this deck, I immediately wanted it, and I got it. So I've always had that fascination, learning what the different animals mean in the spiritual realm, and how a lot of times the animals that we see can give us really good medicine to know what we need to do. So plants and animals are really good medicine as far as when you see them. A lot of times they do have messages for you. So like I have a friend of mine who said that I think for like a couple of weeks to a month, he kept seeing a fox. And so I told him, I was like, well, what you need to do is you don't like physically go up to the fox, but ask the spirit of that fox, what message do you have for me? Because if you're always seeing it, there's a reason that you're seeing it. So that's just a little side note. So I'm going to do the reading for this week. Oh, one more thing before I jump in. I keep thinking of this stuff. If you can go to the link in my bio, if you have not filled out the Black Women Breathe survey, please go and fill it out. Give thanks for the women who've already filled it out. I'm getting a lot of good insight from you guys. I would like to hear more or hear from more of you, because I don't want to base what I do on just such a small percentage of people. Not saying that they're not valuable to me, but I'm trying to get a general consensus, and I need more people to take the survey. So go to the link in my bio if you're listening or watching this on Instagram. If you are listening or watching this on any of the other platforms, like on the podcast, if you go into the show notes, that link will be there. But be warned, at the time of this recording, this is when it's going to be valid. Now, after a week, I'm not going to be taking no more answers on there. And I may just deactivate it somehow. I don't know how I can do that on Google, but I'll figure it out. So that's what I need. Okay, now let's get to the reading. So before we get started, let's just all sit here and get grounded for just a moment, so that we can hear clearly as to what we should be focusing on this week, the energy that we should be most focused on for this week. As Black women, it's a good idea for us to start checking in, if you're not already doing that, to figure out what energy you need to be focused on for the week. Everyone should do that, yes. But since my primary people that I help are Black women, I'm always going to speak for you and to you and letting you know that we have to be guarded, not in a way that keeps us from shining our light, but being able to guard our energy and know who or what needs our attention or our energy, so that we can be better mothers, better sisters, better wives, better just all the way around. Because there's so much of a responsibility that seems to always fall on the shoulders of Black women, that, we have to be the superhero for everybody. The Black woman comes in and saves the day. And if you look throughout history, even when you look at some of the television shows, there's always that Black woman that is the one that gives this insight, that directs people and tells people, this is what you should be doing. This is how you should be operating in this manner, and so on and so forth. And Black women have more leadership than we get credit for. So, but we have to be very careful in the energy that we have and how we go about doing our day to day, so that we aren't spending time on things and people who will suck out all of our energy. Make sense? All right. So let's just sit here for just a second and get grounded and focused. Yes. Just breathe and feel the natural rhythm of your breath. Close your eyes for just a little while and just listen to my voice. And just breathe normally. Check in with your body and see what part of you just needs a little more love, a little more attention. And just send some loving breath to whatever spot needs it. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. In through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And let's do one more deep inhale. And exhale with sound. Now you can open your eyes and let's get this party started. Okay, so card number one kind of sets the tone for the whole reading, and lets us know the beginning of all of this. It's almost like doing a reading for like a moon cycle. So it's kind of saying, okay, so the beginning of this cycle, which is the week, how is this, what's the starting point? What should be the focal point? What's going to be the foundation of this? Even if one is not your card, it's still very important, because this whole reading tells the story of, what this week we need to be thinking about or putting our energy towards. So let's get started. Okay. I like it. So it was in the protection, which is upside down, but I'll show it to you so you can see. Cute little groundhog. Groundhog spirit. Time to let go. Time to let go. That is something that I have been talking about for a while, for like the last couple of weeks, of us releasing a lot of the energies that we're still holding, especially from 2020. And this is very interesting that we're starting this week off with that, because we're still in actually that new moon energy that we had last week. So within the new moon, this was a dark moon. So if you know anything about darkness as it relates to spirituality, it's more of a going within moment. And when you're going within, you are purging a lot of the things that no longer serve you. And you're also doing that deep listening and wanting to know, what do I need to do? What do I need to purge? What do I need to release so that I can have my highest good served? So to have this as card number 1 is actually really ironic. Let's go to card number 2 and get a little more insight. I like that. Peacock Spirit, let it shine. Let it shine. And immediately when I pulled this and turned it over, all I could think about was, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. So that's what I'm thinking about. So if we've got the groundhog, because we know groundhogs, they burrow, right? They're underground. So they're in the darkness. So if you're letting go, you're coming out of that into the light, and you've let go of those things that are keeping you buried, basically. You're letting go of those things that are burying who you really are. And now you're letting yourself shine, and unapologetically so. So let's go to card number 3. Whale Spirit. Whale Spirit says, trust the great mystery. So this is basically a trust in spirit. Trust that you are protected. Trust that you are guided. Trust that you are loved. Trust in your inner wise woman as well. The great mystery, that speaks more to me of like third eye power when it comes to our intuition and being in tune with our intuition. Because a lot of times with the walk of faith, it's the reliance on the unknown, right? And the unseen to be able to help us, to guide us. So this card is telling us, shine your light from the Peacock Spirit. Let go of what's no longer serving you with groundhog. Shine your light with the peacock, and trust and know that your highest good is being met, that you know what you need to know. You have the answers within you. So let's go to card number 4. This was actually upside down. And I'll explain that in a minute. This is Coyote Spirit. Coyote is telling us to trust in divine detours. That's very interesting, because one of the things that comes with relying on the great mystery and understanding how this life works, there are a lot of divine detours. We experience this all the time. I mean, hell, 2020 was a big ass detour for a lot of us, because none of us saw that coming. None of us saw the magnitude, I'll say, coming. Some of us saw something coming, but we didn't understand the magnitude of what was about to happen in 2020 for many of us. And that was a great example of a divine detour, because it forced many of us to come out of our comfort zones and understand that it's not all about us. It's not all about you. It's not just your struggle. It's us as a collective. Look at what, we've had to do and endure as a collective, and coming together as a collective and understanding that, hey, the sisterhood, the community, this is very important. So we've taken a lot of divine detours in 2020. So as this relates to us right now, understand there's still going to be some divine detours out there. Don't get them twisted with the distractions, because they're not distractions. What they are is they're guiding you through these various pathways that are in your life. So you have to understand that even though you may have thought, I'm going this way, but then Spirit says you can go that way, but go this way so you can get to that way either faster, safer, or understand that there's a lesson that I need you to learn before you get to that next destination. So a lot of upside down cards. So incidentally, upside down means pay more attention to it. So the next one is, oh, how beautiful. Nightingale Spirit. Nightingale wants to let you know that love is all around. Love is all around. Even when you're being divinely detoured, even when you are being called to go in a different direction than you thought that you were going to be going, understanding that you're letting go of what no longer serves you. You're shining your light and allowing the great light of the great mystery to shine within you. And you're trusting that there are those divine detours that you've been guided into doing, that you've had to do, knowing that love is all around you. You're surrounded by love. You are supported by, there are people, there are your ancestors, there are your spirit guides, your angels, God. You are loved all the way around. Every part of you, your back is had, your back, your front, your side, above, beneath, everything. You're fully covered. So know and understand that. So the last card, I like that. Is the Sandpiper Spirit telling you to be playful and saying, don't forget to have fun and enjoy your life. Don't be so rigid this week that even though it seems like there's going to be a lot going on, you still can have fun. You can still enjoy yourself. You can have those joyful moments, and you should embrace that. Be playful. And don't take yourself so seriously this week, y'all, because this is actually not a heavy reading, because we're letting go. We're letting go. And it could be that it's time to let go of your inhibitions. It's time for you to let go of those things that's keeping you from truly shining your light. It's time to let go of those things that are keeping you from relying on the faith that you know that you have. It's time to let go of being rigid and understand that the divine detours are a great part of life. That those detours are bringing you to a new place, and they're necessary. It's time to let go of thinking that there's no love around you when you're surrounded and covered with love. And it's time to let go of being so rigid. Just be playful and enjoy yourself. So I love this reading. I love what it's saying. I would love to know what you think about it though. So leave me a comment wherever you're watching this or listening to this, if you can. Now I know on some platforms when it comes to podcasting, you can't always leave comments, but I know on Apple you can do reviews, on SoundCloud you can leave comments, on YouTube you can. If you're watching this on the replay on Instagram, you can. So just leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me how this resonates with you, because I really want to know. So that is all that I have for this week. It looks like we're going to have a really good week. It's all about, excuse me, letting go, let your hair down, and just be playful. Be playful. Don't take yourself so seriously. All right? So that's all. Everyone have a wonderful, magical week. Oh, that's what I forgot. All right. So if you are on Clubhouse, join me on Clubhouse. I knew it was something that I wanted to remember. I'm going to do my very first live on Clubhouse. I'm super nervous about it, but super excited at the same time. So yeah, you can join me on Clubhouse. I'll be doing individual readings. The interesting thing about Clubhouse is you can't see, but I am going to still speak and be as vivid as I can when I pull the cards, because the important part is the message, and I want to make sure you get your message. So join me over there. We'll have a lot of fun, and I can't wait. So, and y'all know I'm Allison Rozelle everywhere. I ain't switching up my names and all that kind of stuff, because I want you to be able to put my name into Google search and find me wherever you are. All right? So, okay. That's it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.